Hi, and welcome to another edition of Winthrop Close-Up. I'm Will Smalley.
And I'm Tiffany Thomas. Thanks for joining us. Students in faculty have rolled up their sleeves to donate the gift of life recently. Alan Garmendia has the story.
Winthrop recently hosted a blood drive with the American Red Cross at the Student Activity Center. This was one of 3 blood drives Winthrop hosts every year. The other 2 in February for homecoming and during the summer. Students and faculty made appointments or walked in to donate blood. The 2-day event was deemed a success. At first, officials set donation goals of 65 pints on day 1 and 80 on day 2, but the turnout was so high that those numbers were raised to 80 on the first day and 100 on the second day. Students had many reasons to give blood.
I knew I had O-type blood, which everyone can use. So I don't know. I felt, I'd feel bad if I didn't.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of horror stories when it comes to giving blood, and I was sort of afraid of my veins collapsing or passing out, or many of the things that I've heard that do happen. But I've always wanted to give blood. I had the opportunity and had the time, so I did it.
To show how easy it is, I gave blood myself. And in addition to feeling good about the fact that I've saved lives, I enjoyed free snacks and drinks afterwards. Now, for more information on future blood drives in the Rockhead area, you can go to the York County chapter of the American Red Cross. And also, you can go to the Red Cross on Park Road in Charlotte, and you can give blood there anytime, 7 days a week. Reporting from the Student Activity Center, I'm Alan Garmendia.
While students are encouraged to share life by donating blood, it's a totally different story when it comes to sharing music online. Benicia Kaibo warns downloaders to be on guard.
The Recording Industry Association of America, or the RIAA, is a trade group that represents the U.S. recording industry. The RIAA works to protect intellectual property rights worldwide and the First Amendment rights of artists. Recently, the RIAA sued a variety of unauthorized peer-to-peer platforms, including eDonkey, Kazaa, and LimeWire. We spoke with Brock Eastman about how he felt about the RIAA.
I really don't have much of an opinion. I don't really do much downloading personally, and the only way we'd ever have an involvement is if they found a student. They wouldn't have any way to find out who that person was without coming to us, so they could subpoena us for that person's name.
We asked students on campus their opinion about downloading music.
I think it should be banned. I don't personally agree with that. I think that we should support musicians in their professional career paths.
I don't see a problem with it. I think it's good to save money, and I just think it's good.
Just to see how downloading doesn't only affect artists, we stopped by Woody's Music to see if sales have been affected. Ed Donahue told us that used CDs are not as influenced by the downloading of music as new ones are. But for Woody's, used CDs are their biggest seller, so they are not affected as much as other stores. To all of you eDonkey, Kazaa, and LimeWire users, watch out because the RIAA might be after you. For more information on the Internet Technology Services, visit the Help Desk in Tillman Basement and pick up one of the brochures. Those brochures in the back have numerous numbers and websites to assist you. With photographer Will Smalley, I'm Benicia Kaibo reporting.
175 of the world's best disc golfers are here at Winthrop for the country's biggest prize. The only thing standing in their way, a 10,000-foot monster. Matt Tollison has the story.
The Winthrop Gold Course is a par 68, 10,000-foot monster and is one of the top courses in the country. The course is known by many as the Augusta National of disc golf. This course features 2 of the toughest par 5s in championship golf, both more than 1,000 feet, and golfers say accuracy is a must.
I think you can throw as hard as you can and still have to use a lot of accuracy on every shot. You always have to consider accuracy no matter how long a shot it is.
Well, on almost every hole there's an OB stroke. You've got roped off areas on pretty much every hole. You've got water in play. You got to keep it down the fairway. You got to keep it in play. You got to keep it down the center.
The Gold Course was designed by Harold Duval back in 1988. Renovation has been made over the last few years to accommodate tournament conditions. Holes 11, 12, and 13 were added to make the course even more treacherous for tournament play. This year's tournament will pay out more than $60,000, and a single-day pass to the event is only $5. With photographer Johannes Snyder, I'm Matt Tollison reporting.
The the Disc Golf Championship isn't the only athletic competition on campus these days. Clubs and organizations made a splash at the second annual University Field Day, held October 8th on Dinkins Lawn. Numerous clubs, including Chinese martial arts, interior design, and the French Club, competed in a variety of events such as leapfrog, the egg toss, sack races, and a tug of war. The prize was $50, and more importantly, bragging rights. A large turnout and enthusiastic participation marked this field day as a success. When we come back, find out how changes in academic advising will affect you.
And you'll learn about Winthrop's upcoming free cultural events. We'll be right back. Before you pencil in that perfect schedule with no Friday classes, don't forget to go see your advisor. The spring advising session begins Tuesday, October 19th. Without getting advised, students will be unable to log into Wingspan and register for the next semester's classes. So be sure to drop by your advisor's office starting Tuesday, the 19th.
Seniors that are getting ready to graduate and say goodbye to Winthrop have some last-minute things to take care of. With this in mind, Career Services, with the help of the Bookworm, put all the last-minute services and information for graduates together in the same place. Before graduates get to walk across the stage and receive their degrees, they need to make sure they have satisfied the cultural event requirements, completed the financial aid counseling, and of course, purchased their cap and gown at the Graduation Expo conveniently. Allow students to finalize all these requirements and much more in the same room. For those students who miss the opportunity, don't panic. You can still order your cap and gown from the Bookworm and receive all the other information through Career Services.
With students getting ready for graduation, Renard Gatson reports on a few suggestions for those going to graduate school.
What are your plans after college? Upon graduation, after years of studying, some students explore the job market, but for others, it's back to the classroom.
Yeah, I want to study biology as a graduate student. I want to study spiders eventually, but that will be after I get into my PhD work.
I would encourage folks that are graduating in December or May to go ahead and take the GRE or the appropriate exam for their program soon, before Christmas. If they like their scores, great. If not, they can still have plenty of time to retake.
Even if students interested in graduate studies don't choose Winthrop, students should still research graduate school options and the required testing at Career Service.
Oh yeah, that would definitely affect my decision to go to grad school because I want to stay in what I get my major in, so Winthrop is pretty much out of the question for me.
Regardless of what school you choose, graduate study requires dedication and discipline.
If you're planning on being a graduate student, I would say think about it very carefully. It is a commitment. It's time and money committed, so make sure you really want to do it before you make that decision.
For those afraid of stepping into the real world, school doesn't have to end after graduation. If you're interested in becoming a graduate student, go to Career Services for more information. With photographer Renard Gatson, I'm Jason Lee reporting.
The Winthrop volleyball team is on a record-breaking pace. Find out all about it when we come back.
Sports and cultural events are up next. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. I'm Brandon Stevenson with your Winthrop Sports Update. The Winthrop volleyball team has extended their winning streak to 6 matches and have only lost 2 this season. Aaron Russell has the story on their latest accomplishments.
With Winthrop Volleyball remains undefeated in the Big South Conference due to outstanding defense over the weekend. The Lady Eagles successfully shut out both Radford and Liberty 3-0 at home. The team demonstrated stellar defense as they held Radford to a very low hitting percentage in the matchup. Sarah May led the team defensively with 16 digs. The Lady Eagles feel very confident about the rest of their season and beyond.
For the rest of the season, we are hoping to go undefeated in conference, and we've got some other big teams that will be playing Wake Forest and Georgia Tech and some others thrown in there.
Even after pressure intensified in the game against Liberty, the Lady Eagles excelled defensively and offensively. Number 1 Mary Hawk led the game with 14 kills, and Shannon Sitzman followed close behind with 13. Winthrop is looking to extend their winning streak as they leave for a 4-game road trip starting with UNC Asheville on October 12th. This is Aaron Russell reporting.
The men's soccer team is also in first place in the Big South Conference. The Eagles' next game is October 22nd against Garner Webb at 7 p.m. Things haven't gone as well for women's soccer this year. The Lady Eagles are winless in the Big South, but will try to get their first conference win on October 24th when they host Radford at 2 p.m. That's your Eagle Sports Update. Here's Rob Dew with your cultural events calendar.
I'm Rob Dew with your cultural events calendar. Winthrop gets political this October as DSU brings us both the political and the traditional. On Monday, October 11th, Winthrop welcomes its first drag show, courtesy of Dinkins Student Union. Ayanna Austin has the story.
Winthrop students came out in large numbers to see the Kinsey Six in their unique musical comedy show, Dragapella. Many seemed to welcome the change of pace.
It is a rather conservative campus in some ways, and I have heard a lot of talk about not wanting to come because they don't feel it's right or whatever. But for the most part, people seem really excited about it.
I came because it's a cultural event, and I hope it's supposed to be pretty funny, I hear, and hopefully it is funny. Good laugh.
CDs were on sale, including the award-winning debut Dragapella, Boys to Girls, and Six in the City. DSU members dressed for the occasion, some even in drag, to support the Kinsey Six and also promote their very own drag competition.
Well, I decided to come. I thought it's supposed to be really funny. It's supposed to be a good show. And I dressed up because I heard there was a competition, and I wanted to win. I don't know what the prize is, but I wanted to win. I've never done it before, but I don't feel uncomfortable. I feel really pretty.
With photographer Cherie Gibbs, I'm Ayanna Austin reporting.
DSU brings back Winthrop favorite Latin guitarist Edgar Cruz on October 22nd. Tickets are $5 with a Winthrop ID. On the 20th, students can choose between 2 free cultural events on the State of the Union. First, students can watch Chris Rock in the movie Head of State and discuss politics, or they can learn about third-party candidate John Parker of the Workers' World Party. The Head of State airs in Kynard Auditorium at 7, and the Presidential Forum is in Plowden Auditorium at 7:30. That's it for your cultural event calendar. I'm Rob Dew.
Thanks, Rob. That's all for this edition of Winthrop's Close-Up. Join us next time when we bring you the story of an Oscar-nominated actress returning to Winthrop. I'm Tiffany Thomas.
I'm Will Smalley. Thanks for watching.